y'all, it's Fortune Frankly and welcome to Fortune Frankly Fridays, where we do DIY home decor and sometimes organization videos. Today is a big project. Today I'm going to be making over the bathroom at my parents' house, and by big project I mean this will be not one but two videos. A lot went into this project. There's a lot of editing involved, more so than my other projects, so this required a big video. Themes, visuals, representation here. I want to go for a boho kind of look, a lot of natural neutral colors with some black and mid-tone wood accents to give the space a little depth. And I want it to look a little expensive, a little bougie without the bougie budget. It cost me a little less than $300 in total to redo this entire bathroom. So I had three main goals for this project. One was to increase the functionality of the space. Number two is that I wanted to cover up or remove some of the things that were actually creating issues in that space. The third and most important thing is to make it beautiful. It was just very dark and dank in there. Not the best place for a shower concert, if I'm honest. And with that, let's get started with day one. So this is what the bathroom is looking like before. Now there was nothing wrong with the bathroom the way it was. I just didn't like the way it looked. I mean, we are a brown family, but still, our bathroom doesn't have to be brown. Things were also very cluttered. We actually had a basket on the side of the sink that was taking up a bunch of space. So full disclosure, my dad did help me out on a lot of these things because he felt sorry for me, you know? And I'm going to start by replacing the faucet on the sink because I received it yesterday. I just want to see what it looks like and get started somehow. Day two was removing the mirror. That also took a whole day. It took me an entire day to install this faucet. Now the process is pretty simple, but I'm not going to explain it here because I'm not an expert. I just looked up a ton of YouTube videos on it, but because it has been here for so long, almost like 15 years, it was really corroded and I had to do a lot of work to get things to move. Otherwise, it is a simple process, but just be prepared. So I'm just gonna remove all the things from the shelves and remove the shelves themselves. Shelves themselves. Now this mirror shall be removed. It actually has a gray cast that's creeping up from the bottom, and I didn't think it worked really well in this space. Now I did look up some videos on removing a mirror. I've never done it before, and I saw that taping it was a good idea. So I'm just gonna tape it in a kind of crosshatch pattern. And here's where my dad came to help out.
That's really hard.
It looks easy.
It's not easy.
But
It's good.
just the way it is. The best tools to actually remove a mirror from the wall are wood shims, of which I had zero. So I used the tools that I have to kind of pry the mirror off of the wall. So the mirror cracked right here. So inevitably the mirror cracked, and it seemed like my dad was pretty devastated. I, on the other hand, did not care. I just applied more tape and went about my business. Oh, I'm hearing that right?
Yeah, what you said.
Okay. The idea was posed to hold the mirror with some wooden 2x4s. Okay, I'll give it a try. Eventually, it did come off, mostly. Still, it's really stuck.
Yeah, it's just glue.
Why don't we try going behind the glue?
It doesn't, because it's like it's sticky.
Look,
Okay.
that's what I want. Day three, patching the holes that you made when taking off the mirror. I'm gonna use some joint compound, drywall tape, and I forgot what it's called. Whatever it is, and cover some of the big holes in the wall with this tape. For small holes, you just want to use spackling and even your finger to fill in those holes like you would for nail holes or screw holes, just small holes. For the big holes that you made when taking off that mirror, you want to spread a thin layer of the joint compound first, before then applying the mesh tape that you cut to size. Then you want to put more joint compound over that tape so that the hole is patched. It's like a joint compound sandwich. And I'm going to do the same thing after removing this tile board that has fallen so many times and we've just put so much glue in there. Because these holes are pretty big and very close to the edge of where the wall ends, I'm just going to put some cardboard that my dad cut out into that hole to give the tape a base to sit against. You should probably do this with wood, but I didn't have any, so I'm going to do it with cardboard. Now we're going to go a little lower on this wall and tie in the matte black elements that we want throughout the bathroom. I'm going to be painting the toilet roll holder black. Now for this kind of porcelain material, you don't want to just spray paint the color on there. You want to make sure that it sticks. So after, or even maybe before taping up the walls, you want to give this a light sanding. It doesn't have to be anything too heavy, but this will make sure that whatever we spray on there sticks. Then we want to go in with 1 coat of automotive spray primer. Don't worry, I did wear a mask for this and I did change it to an N95 mask once I started spray painting. Kind of have a lot of masks in my house right now. Wonder why. After letting that primer dry for about 30 minutes, I went in with the matte black spray paint. This is the Ultra matte black spray paint. I don't really know what the difference is, but it's Ultra. Come on. I gave that 1 coat and let it dry before removing the tape and paper from the walls. Now I did do a little oopsie, but we're gonna clean that up once we paint the wall. And this is why I wanted to spray paint this first. One quick and inexpensive change you can make to toilet roll holders if you are changing the color is to change the actual holder roll thingy-mabob itself. I'm gonna prime and spray the light fixture the same way I did the toilet roll holder, and I made one mistake here, maybe a couple mistakes. I don't know why I realized that this was plastic and not metal way into the project, but I was trying to sand it down to remove like the corrosion on there. I realized it was plastic and I was just scratching the material, but I'm hoping once I paint it over, it'll kind of cover up some of that scratch marks. I'm going to do the same thing for the doorknob, and for this one you definitely want to use that automotive primer and maybe even an epoxy spray paint. The door handle sees a lot of action, so you want to make sure that you make this as chip resistant as possible. Now don't get me wrong, this will eventually still chip, but in the meantime it'll look nice. Hashtag aesthetic. Day 4 was just the prep day for things that are going to go inside the bathroom. And I'm going to be installing 4 shelves in the bathroom. Now this wood is poplar. It's pretty cheap, very affordable, and good for shelves that hold lightweight kind of items. I'm not storing anything heavy on here, so there's no need to go with a hardwood. I bought 2 planks of poplar, each a 1/2 inch thick, 1/2 inch, 6 inches wide, and I had them cut to 23 inches long. That gave me enough for the longer shelves that we'll make and the smaller ones too. After sanding the edges down and removing the stickers with a little bit of Goo Gone, I'm going to stain the wood using Early American by Minwax. I really thought this color would give some depth to the bathroom, and I put 2 coats of it on. Make sure to also get the sides and all the edges when you're staining as well. I also used my time outside when it wasn't raining to spray paint some little decor pieces that I picked up from the Dollar Tree that I'll be putting onto those shelves. And that ends part 1, which is demolition light, of this bathroom makeover. Part 2 will actually include the transformation, like painting the walls, putting up shelves, and all of that jazz. If you're feeling lucky, you can go ahead and like, comment, subscribe, do all the things. And if you're not feeling lucky, I'm so sorry, but I hope to see you again in the near future. I hope everyone is staying safe out there and wearing masks when you go out. And also a reminder that Black Lives Matter and that Breonna Taylor's murderers are still police officers. And as always, thanks for watching.